In today's episode, Chef Kendra shows her guests Moses and Zippora how to make her delicious Sous Vide Au Poivre Silver Tip with Remoulade Dressing using Prairie Street Co.'s Beef Silver Tip.
Look at how beautiful that is, like perfect coloring.
Cheers.
What do you think?
I can't think right now.
Really, really good.
Isn't it so tender?
Wow.
The taste overwhelms you. It's perfection.
Yeah.
Welcome to Prairie Street Culinary Kitchen. Today we have Chef Kendra, which you've seen many times, but we have two special guests, Moses and Zippora here in Hollywood. These guys are amazing. The influencer world is an interesting place, but what I really was attracted to about these two is they're authentic, they're natural, what you see is what you get. And they said, well, we don't really know how to cook that well, so we said, wouldn't it be great to come on set and learn from us? So in this video, Kendra's going to teach them a dish, so have a great day, and we're looking forward to it, and get started.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to the Prairie Street Culinary Kitchen.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having
Kendra.
us. We're so excited to be here and learn from the masteress herself. I'm not such a good cook. I wouldn't say maybe he thinks I am, but
I'm a very happy man, okay?
He says
We just
he's
don't,
happy.
I just don't know all the details. I cook eggs, but what
He's a good egg cooker, that's true.
That's
What-
hard to do, by the way.
That's true.
Well, I follow a special recipe. You know, you
Right.
can never let the eggs die.
Right.
But Prairie Street Co., what I really love, and it's an honor to be here, is because this is the top quality Jewish kosher meat that we can get. So it's like going from a Honda, if you wanted to say meat compare meat and cars, to going to the ultimate Rolls Royce of kosher meat. I had the privilege of eating Prairie Street Co. Meat
Yes.
a couple of weeks ago, and
Very fresh.
I tasted
Difference.
the difference. I really
Yeah.
did. It's
Yeah.
just absolutely delicious. So excited to learn.
Yes, we're excited to learn simple tricks and tips
Yes.
to cooking a beautiful piece of meat and making it taste good.
Definitely.
Show us
excited.
what you've
Okay.
got.
So today we are making our Sous Vide Au Poivre Silver Tip with Remoulade Dressing using Prairie Street Co.'s Beef Silver Tip. Now, all right, here's a quick question. Do you guys do a lot of traveling?
Yes, we do. And of course, kosher, observant families, everything is revolving around food.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
definitely.
Okay, so I actually came up with this dish. We're going to do a take on something that's very classic, and then we're going to have a little fun with it and travel along with it.
Ooh.
We were just in Stockholm not too long ago, so this is a take on a smorgasbord, which is a very hard word to pronounce, and I know that I'm butchering
Sounds
it.
like a smorgasbord.
It smells like a
Smorgasbord.
smorgasbord. Basically, it is an open face sandwich, which they decorate beautifully. So you can take this dish and you can, have it for like an elegant dinner party as like an appetizer, but you can also serve it as like the entree itself.
Like a
if you just
fancy.
exactly, yep. So I always kind of like to have something where it can be like multi-purpose.
I like it.
Well,
Like
we'd,
it a
ha-
lot.
we'd have to start this out with the top quality
That's-
Prairie Street Co. meat. Because
exactly.
if you don't have the top
That's
meat,
right.
you can't just make it with a salami or bologna
Nope.
or slices I'll get somewhere.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah. So
let's go.
We're gonna do the silver tip today. All right. Now, what's really great about the silver tip is that it makes a fabulous roast beef. So we're going to cook it to like a rare. We're gonna do a 135-degree internal temperature. We're gonna do sous vide, but not just like old school sous vide with the stick and the water and the cryovac and all that mess. We're gonna do it in the new Anova Precision Oven, which is like super simple. It's just, we season it, we put it in, we hit some buttons, and it does its own thing.
Oh, wow.
Which I always love, like the walk away.
Do they have that for like husbands?
But let me, a real question, by the way, I love, not only I'm here because I love meat and I love food and I think this is great and learning from the best, but I really don't know anything about cooking.
Right.
And I'm going to ask some questions really
Please
that I have
do.
no idea.
Yes.
How do you know what the internal temperature of the meat is? And
Yeah.
why do we need you if you have this device that can just cook the whole thing?
So the Anova oven, you actually set the temperature to it, and then there's a prong that you put in. If you don't use the prong, you actually don't have to, because you're setting the internal temperature, which means that the Anova oven itself will cook it at that temperature for a long period of time. So that way you're not like going to 350 degrees in order to just get the internal temperature to 135.
Okay.
Right? So you're cooking it at that 135 the entire time.
Okay, so the consistency is very
Exactly.
important.
It's super important. And the other nice thing about the Anova oven is that once it comes out, there's no carryover. So carryover heat or temperature, which I'm sure you guys have maybe heard about.
I know we can't carry on Shabbos,
Right.
but any carryover about
I
that?
have
No.
not, but let's talk
What's
about it. What is
carryover?
it?
Okay, so carryover heat is like if I were to be doing this in the oven per se, right? I have it at that 325. I'm going to take it out when the internal temperature says 130. I'm going to let it rest because it's still cooking. It's still really hot. So that heat carries over,
Okay.
and that resting process is going to bring it up to that 135. But we don't have to worry about that. So we just take it out, we pat it dry a little bit, and then we can sear it and serve it.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
want to know something real
Nice.
quick? Sorry, I always have these crazy thoughts.
Very
But
thoughtful.
what you just said about the heat will carry over, in kosher Jewish law, that's very important, that can maintain the heating temperature that is capable of transferring its taste to another food, and therefore you can have a mixture that can end up becoming not permissible to eat. We actually, you can't just, cooking non-kosher food is one thing, but if a piece of meat retains its temperature, like you said, carry over heat, you can't put, let's say for example on Shabbos, if we had the hot meat on Shabbos and it comes out with that heat, you can't put like something cold on top of it. You wouldn't
Oh.
be, because it would be considered you're actually cooking that
Oh,
thing.
that's true.
That is
Yeah, it's very exciting. I
interesting.
just learned that, and well, a long time ago I just learned that, but it just clicked right now. Let's get
That's
back
so
to it.
interesting. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, kosher law is so detailed and so specific. A lot of people, just milk and meat. And when you find a piece of meat or a company that can produce this type of meat, it's
Yeah.
like we jump on it. We want it.
Yeah.
We want this. Oh, like I also want to finish this whole thing.
I know,
Delicious.
okay.
No.
All right,
I wanna
so,
eat it.
All right, so let's get into
Yes.
preparing this before we put it into the Anova oven. So I have two things going on here, and I have two helpers with me. So one of you will be preparing the silver tip. The other one will be just simply preparing the remoulade. You're going to realize how simple this is, and when you taste it, you're like, oh my gosh, I made that? Yeah, you did.
Well,
Just
what's the
like that.
simple thing? Because that would be
All right.
something I can do. The complicated thing is Zippora can do.
So do you want to work with the meat?
I'll let you can be complicated.
Okay, all right.
I give you the task.
Okay.
So your task is
The
going to
silver
be, so we're going to be doing it in Au Poivre style, which means that we're going to have some mustard spread all over the silver tip, and then it's going to be salted and peppered. So for the silver tip, you're going to take your spoon, you're going to take some Dijon mustard, and you're going to spread it all over.
I can do it as you give me the rules.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
just do it.
So
all
you're
over.
going to spread it all over both sides.
Oh, okay. Both sides of the meat.
Both sides of the meat.
Okay.
I'll just swing over here.
Is this
Ooh.
difficult?
Now can I just flip this over?
Flip it over.
Okay, fine. I did wash my hands before. Oh, this
You're
is
good.
exciting.
And then just a little bit on that side. Yep.
Okay.
Now, before you flip it over again, you're gonna salt and pepper. So you're gonna get a nice healthy pinch, because you can always go in for more.
Healthy.
Oh, that's
Is that too healthy?
no.
Okay.
That's good. Go ahead and
I
chef's it.
I have seen this. You
He's
know, I
been
am not a
wanting-
hermit. I have watched some things, and I've never thought I would do this.
He
because-
does this to his
He's doing
eggs. So
and
I'm
the
just saying,
and the pepper as well.
Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more salt though.
A
little bit more salt.
Healthy.
That's good. And go all over it.
Ooh.
Make it right.
Ooh.
Yeah,
There we
that's it.
go.
Okay, perfect. And some of the pepper just you.
And pepper.
Yes, nice
Going
and
with the
healthy
pepper.
portion of pepper. We want
Go-
like a nice
go much on it.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
all
you
out.
want it like-
go
okay.
all out. Okay, maybe
That's perfect. Good.
yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Flip it on over.
Okay.
Well, you are doing a really
You're
good
doing
job.
great.
I am
Thank
putting
you.
you in the kitchen.
So we're
Salt
gonna do it
and
on the
pepper
other side as
too.
well.
Yep. Perfect.
You are doing really good. I'm
Thank you
very
so
impressed
much.
right now.
Zippora,
I'm
if
seeing
we
this
may.
whole other side to you that I've never seen before.
I'm gonna start. Yeah, I know. I heard it's very attractive when
Very
men help in
attractive.
the kitchen. And
Can't wait
And that's
to
it.
watch you clean.
and I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So I am gonna ask you though.
Okay.
See this front part of the
Oh,
meat?
you-
Don't forget that.
I would have,
Yeah.
and that's Kendra.
People always neglect
That's
that.
why
that
we
part.
need
That's
professionals for the
Exactly.
details.
This
is
looks
the
great.
crown molding on
Exactly.
there.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So perfect. So we're gonna let that just sit for a moment, and Zippora, you're
Okay.
gonna just mix together our remoulade. So we have here some mayonnaise.
Okay.
I have some non-dairy Greek style yogurt.
Gotta be non-dairy,
That's right.
obviously.
You
Yep.
don't mix, right? Dairy
Yep.
and meat.
So go ahead and put maybe like half of this into here.
Okay.
And then we have some other seasonings that are going to go into it. So
Okay.
a remoulade is a cold sauce, basically. And it's a mayo based. So we're gonna add to this now.
I learned that a remoulade is Swedish. You said it's Swedish or
French.
French? Oh, remoulade
French.
is French. Does everyone know that? I don't know. Is that a
Well,
normal
we
thing?
do
around?
now.
But a lot of like the sauces
Any
come
cook
from.
knows if I say a remoulade, they know it's French. Okay, so does America produce any sauces?
You know, so
Besides for
we're
ketchup?
doing a remoulade, but we're doing it like a Danish style. We're adding in some like Danish-y ingredients. They have them all over the world.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have some pickled garlic, and actually our good friend who you may have seen in some other videos, Chef Yussel Backman, made this for me. So we're gonna add in
So I
some.
just did the whole
Thank
thing?
you,
do the
Chef
whole
Yussel.
thing. It is like this, like nice and sweet. Now, if you're at home and you don't have pickled garlic,
Which-
it's okay.
Just mince our own garlic.
Mince your own garlic.
and
It's
throw in some
totally fine.
pickles? Is that what it's called?
Should
Oh,
we add
pickled is because
vinegar?
it's pickled.
You
not
can add
real
in just
pickles.
a little
bit of-
tiny bit of like red wine vinegar. All right, now we're gonna add in some freshly chopped dill. And I love dill. I think that dill,
I also
especially
like dill.
with this dish, it just kind of brightens it up a little bit, and it has that really nice, earthy kind of foresty. Just transports you to Norway.
Sounds like a cologne.
Beautiful. Okay.
All
What's
right,
next?
now we're gonna add in some.
Olives,
So these are actually capers.
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 That's what I meant.
And I just chopped them up first,
Okay.
just a little bit. That way you don't get it like a whole caper in your mouth. And go ahead and mix that up.
Maybe we
And
can
now
change that.
we're gonna, well, now you're, you know, being on this cooking show, she's gonna make you
We
do
are
a little bit
cooks,
more.
by the way. Now we're like professional chefs.
Yeah.
So call us for your needs.
Well, I'm a pro now. I know how to
So
rub
now
the
we're
meat.
gonna,
It's a good rubber.
add in just a little bit
Turmeric?
of
Turmeric.
curry
I ra- oh,
spice.
curry.
Curry
Okay.
spice. But just a little bit. So you're gonna just pinch it
Like
and
a little pinch.
put it on
Okay.
in. Yep. This
that
is
enough?
very strong, so you only
Yes.
want to go like a little bit at a
Not too
time.
much. Okay.
Perfect. And then, Zippora, you can go ahead and just put like a little pinch of salt and a little pinch of
Okay.
white pepper instead
White
of the black pepper.
Okay. Is
And
that for the
that's it.
coloring or just?
So the white pepper actually has a little bit more of a floral flavor to it, which
Hmm.
pairs really nicely with the fennel.
Nice.
Okay? So this is gonna be our remoulade for when we are finished. We're just gonna set that in the refrigerator and let it chill as we bring up our Anova oven and get ready to sous vide the silver tip.
Ooh, exciting. Let's sous vide this.
Moses, you did such a great job putting the silver tip
Good job,
together.
Moses.
Thank you very much.
Zippora, you did such a great job with the
Thank you.
remoulade. It's in the
Fun to make.
refrigerator. Right? And it's like,
Got a good wrist workout.
yeah, and how easy is it?
So easy.
And it's gonna elevate the
Especially
dish.
when everything's like prepared already.
Yeah,
Sounds
mise en
like-
place. Telling you,
yes.
just get it all out, put it in place.
New word in my vocabulary.
What is this machine? Anova. What is going on?
What is going
here?
on with
All right,
this toy?
so we are going to be sous videing this silver tip, but sous vide traditionally is with a stick, a big unruly tub of water. You have to cryovac, which means to take all the air out of the package of food, and then you put it in, and blah, 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 blah. Everything spills all over the place. It's a mess. And then when you take the bag out, you gotta cut it, blah.
Yes.
The Anova Precision Oven takes all of that out. Okay, so literally we have this water chamber on the side,
And you can just put any type of water in it?
distilled water only. Good. Thank you for asking that. Yes, distilled water only. And we're going to sous vide it right in here. We don't need anything else.
How
no
long is this
plastic.
going to take before I can get one of those open, or the silver tip from Prairie Street Co? I'm hungry.
Okay, it's gonna take about 6 hours. All right, so let's just get going.
Let's just get
Let's
started.
get moving.
All right.
So Moses, would you please do the honors of? Let's also just go through the.
He's really good at pushing people's buttons. So even better on machines.
Now you can use that to set the Anova. So our temperature is gonna be 135.
Okay, 135 right here.
Yep, perfect.
All right.
Our time is 6 hours. Just hold it down. Yep, and it'll go right on up.
605 is bad?
I think we can handle that.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
And this 100%?
Okay, so the 100% we're going to leave it at that because we're going to be using the sous vide function of the Anova oven. So we need all that steam, we need the air, or we need the steam, we need the water, 100%.
I noticed.
Is there another function of this oven?
Yeah, so you can do convection oven in this, you can air fry in this.
Okay.
You can, I mean, this thing is
So
really.
it's not just for sous vide.
It's not just
Okay.
for sous vide, but it is great for sous vide.
Can it get online?
Yes, it can get online. You can get it on your phone. There's an app.
I
And
can be
it's-
away, have my
Yes.
food in there, and set it on my app.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you
the
could
food will
even
be ready.
set it like if you're away for a while and it's done cooking, you can say, "Oh, just keep it warm," and it'll keep it warm for you.
I think I want one of these.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Just go order one right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Just one thing really quickly on sous vide and why it is a foolproof method. I think that a lot of people get nervous about sous videing because it sounds so fancy, but
Sous vide.
yeah, exactly. But it is the precise way to cook. So because we set at this 135, say like that you're at the office or you're out shopping, whatever it may be, and you're like, oh darn, I'm not gonna be back for an hour. It's in the oven. It doesn't matter exactly. You're not gonna overcook it because you're cooking it at that 135.
So it'll keep it at that temperature.
It'll keep it
It won't
at that
burn
temperature.
it. We're not going to have burnt, tough
No.
meat.
Nope, it's gonna
Okay.
hold it right there.
That's so
Okay.
interesting. But as it stays at that temperature, it won't recook it,
So you're bringing it up to that 135 and then you're holding it there.
and it's just staying.
That's exactly right. And this will only maybe go within a degree above, a degree below, but it stays within a couple of degrees. It's great.
That would be perfect if you could make your whole house in like something like this and keep the temperature at 71
Right.
degrees the entire
They have
time.
those.
No matter what. Okay.
All right.
How do we get this?
So you can go ahead and hit start, please. So it's going to need a few minutes to.
Music to my ears.
I know. All right. So it's going to need a few minutes to
Oh,
come
to
up to
heat up.
temperature.
Okay,
That's
that.
okay. But you can open it up.
126 is okay. It's gonna
Yep.
let you know when it gets to
Think
that
use this
135.
tray.
Go ahead and get that tray, and you can put the silver tip on top of that.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah. Okay. That would be
Perfect.
perfect.
I'll feel like I was a part of this.
You're gonna
beautiful
take
piece
it
of
out.
meat.
You'll be the first one.
There you
I'll be
go.
like, well, I stuck it in the oven, so.
Okay, and then we can close it. Exactly. I know.
I
I
love
love
the sounds.
I know. They really
So
nailed
just
it
like
with
that, we're gonna be having a sandwich in 6 hours from now.
it. Just about 6 hours from now. So it's going to come up to temperature. Once it hits the 135, then it'll start the countdown process. We have one more step after that before we cut it up,
Eat it?
slice it up, and eat it
Devour
up.
it?
Okay.
When it comes out, we're just gonna pat it dry nicely, really quickly, and then we're gonna sear it, and then we can serve right away. So I gave you like an idea of like what else the Anova oven does. You can also sear it at the end of this,
Okay.
which is really cool on the inside. But I'm a traditionalist. I like using the cast iron skillet, so we're gonna do over
We're
the
going to
stove.
do the, okay.
Yep.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
really
The
cool.
skillet. All right.
6 hours.
Let's
So
wait.
excited.
All right. So we're just at about the 6 hour mark, right? We have literally 30 seconds left to go.
Finally.
I know, but
Lot
you've
of
been waiting
waiting.
this long.
Yes.
If we just waited for Mashiach like we waited for this, Mashiach would be here. That's the Messiah, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
For all the
Okay, good.
Gentiles that are
Right.
watching it.
Oh,
All right, so 15 seconds. You guys are going to take
exciting.
it out, and then we're going to sear it, and then we're going to eat. I promise.
Feel the
I know.
excitement, the starvations, and the stomach rumblings.
Yeah.
This
But it's going to sing to us.
Okay, I'm
In
excited.
3, 2, 1.
one.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
nice.
getting
I
ready
know,
to-
right?
Nice.
Okay, Moses, would you like to take it out?
Opens up. Oh yes. it
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Doesn't
Doesn't it look beautiful?
Oh, is
Right?
that?
And just you can bring the whole tray out.
Bring it
Maybe-
out.
Yeah.
The tray.
Yep.
And just put it onto this.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Look at my
Isn't that
work.
amazing? You did a
Boy,
great
did
job.
I do the great. I did the mustard, the salt, and the
You
pepper
are my chef.
on the
See?
You
Prairie
have just
Street
become
Co.
my
piece.
chef of the home. Look at you. You can make this masterpiece.
It looks like I am in
meats.
trouble now. I really will be in the
Straight
kitchen.
to the
you're
kitchen
not-
when we get home.
Well, you're not done yet. Now we have to go sear it.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about any carryover.
Let me pat it down.
We're gonna pat it down and we're gonna bring it on over. We'll be right back. So we did the sous vide. We have it all ready. Moses, could you please start the stove top for us.
Absolutely.
Which knob is it?
I have
Right.
got to start it.
Got it.
What do we want, a medium low heat?
So let's do like a medium heat. Yeah,
Low.
right there is
There we go.
perfect.
This is good? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. So we want to use a heavy bottom skillet anytime that we're searing. And what's nice about this is that we're going to get that nice, hard, perfect crust on it. So I'm going to give it just a second to let it warm up.
You get this hot before you put in the oil? I
Yes.
always put in the oil and then I turn on the
Then the oil
stove.
burns.
When it, oh.
Then
That's
the
why
oil-
the house
then
is
the oil-
always smoking.
And the oil burns.
And the alarms.
So we want this nice and hot.
What type of oil is this?
So this is an extra virgin olive oil because I like the flavor of it. If you're going to be frying stuff for like, a longer period of time, you would want to use like more of a neutral oil, like a vegetable oil, whatnot. But extra virgin olive oil or even avocado oil are great to do like quick
we
sears
love
in.
avocado
Yeah,
oil.
and then that one you can actually let come up because it has a higher heat point, so it won't smoke.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this oil burns really fast.
Yes, it
Olive
does. So
oil.
that's why we're just searing it,
Okay.
which is good. So we're going to do a nice little bit of olive oil. And you can see like the smoke actually coming off of the pan already. And then Zippora, I'm just going to get this into our pan for us.
We didn't even get the oil hot yet.
Oh, it's
It's hot.
It's already hot?
Yeah, because we have that medium to high heat on there.
Okay.
It happens really fast. These are great skillets because they do it. They heat up nice and evenly. All right. So now we're just going to let it sit for a moment.
Okay.
Supper
Let it
time.
get that hard sear, and then Zippora, you're going to flip it over.
Okay.
It's heavy, like it's a hefty piece of
Okay,
meat.
I'm strong
So
with my wrist.
exactly, you're good.
You got this. Tell me when to go.
I will. So you want to you can kind of like tell around the edges. If you look underneath, like the salt, the pepper are getting a little bit darker, right? That's going to be your cue. You can also always check. I'll just show you. Oh, that's getting there. Okay. Zippora, we're ready for you to flip.
Okay, this is so exciting.
Yeah,
Do
so
a
that
flip.
is push it in.
Push it in.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very exciting.
You got it.
Oh.
There you go.
Look
See,
at that
that's
color.
like the color. So now we're just gonna let it sit and
Smells delicious.
I know,
So
doesn't
good.
it?
Now,
It's so nice and simple.
Yeah.
in reality, you cannot get this color or this smell without the top quality meat.
Yeah.
Prairie Street you can't just pick this up at a regular grocery
Right.
store or kosher market and get any piece of meat
No.
and have it come out like this.
No, and the thing is that, like, really, I think as a cook that separates Prairie Street Co. from other meat companies is the consistency, but the marbling. So silver tip is typically like a leaner cut of meat, but there's this gorgeous marbling or fat kind of strewn throughout it, nice and almost like a web, right? And that's gonna add that flavor. That's gonna help to give us that nice, like, juicy, unctuous taste.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So you can grab it and just check and see if you're getting kind of like this color.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
That's nice.
Ooh.
Perfect. Good.
And
now I'm
let's
gonna
not
have
forget
you
the other side.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna have you hold it,
Okay.
and you're gonna just hold it. Yeah.
You see?
There you go.
don't wanna
That
look-
looks perfect. All right, let's see. That looks perfect.
Okay.
Okay. That's good. You can go ahead and take it out. All right.
We
seared.
are finished. Let's get it ready
to
to eat.
Let's get
Time
it
to
in our
eat.
bellies.
Let's slice it.
Yes.
Let's devour
And
it.
dice it.
This looks really beautiful.
Here we are. Okay, so
Wow.
we have our
Finally.
nice, beautiful seared silver tip. We're going to assemble our little s'more board, which is our open face sandwiches. And we actually do eat them with a fork and a knife. So I have 3 set up for
You
us.
eat a sandwich with a fork and knife?
Well,
That's not
this
something
is,
that
but
I
this
do.
is, but
Do you-
this is the,
Fancy sandwich.
exactly
Okay.
the fancy
Fancy
kind.
sandwich.
When you eat top of the line quality meat,
Use a knife
Exactly.
and a
you
fork.
have the best, you eat the best.
That's
okay.
right. So we'll be using a whole grain bagel loaf, which is like really fun. And then this is the remoulade that you made. Thank you. And we have some non-dairy butter that we'll smear on there first.
yeah.
Top it with the meat, little dollop of remoulade, and then some parsley on top. Okay.
Beautiful.
Kendra, stop talking. Start slicing. So
I know there's a special way to cut meat, and you don't want to mess up with this type
that
of
is
meat.
exactly right. So
Is it
I
against the grain?
you want to go against the grain. That's right. And you can actually tell right here that the grains are going this way. But I actually like having a nice angle on it. So I'm going to take out this piece here first. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, and you want to go
color.
thin with this. We're using our beautiful Wusthof knife, brisket knife, which really helps us.
And a knife.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I see your point there. That's really sharp. Wow.
Yeah. Would you like to continue slicing?
Yes, please. I'm
you
gonna
go.
with this knife.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, I am excited. Okay,
this
I
is-
hold this with this.
Yeah,
With this?
yeah,
Okay.
it just gives you some extra control over it. So this is what I was saying earlier before we started. When you have a meat like this and you prepare it this way.
How was that? Did I just mess that?
No,
things
no, no,
up?
you're fine. You're
Okay.
perfect. Just
Well,
keep
thank
going
you.
nice and thin. But you could serve this hot right out of the oven or right out of the searing. Slice it up like this. You can add like mashed potatoes, whatever you want to serve along with it to make it just a full meal. Or you can save it and do something like this with the smorgasbord. You can have it the next day when it's cold for roast beef sandwiches. Exactly. So there's a lot that you can do with this one cut. So let's go ahead and
Make sandwiches.
assemble our little smorgasbords. Look at how beautiful that is. Like perfect coloring.
Wow.
Excellent. Actually, if you guys want to go ahead and just taste a little
Right
piece,
now?
I'll start making
hoping
the.
you
I'll
would
start
ask.
making. You guys are so great.
Okay.
And I want to see what you guys think.
Should we do it at the
Thank
same
you.
time? Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you think?
Mm.
Do
I can't think right now.
you like it? Okay.
Wow. Amazing. Really, really good.
Isn't it so tender?
Wow.
Like that sous vide process, and then you still get that nice crisp on the outside.
Full
I
of
would want to
flavors.
say butter, but butter and meat are not kosher.
Right.
But like butter, the
Yeah.
taste overwhelms you. It's perfection.
Yeah, that is
Flavor.
that's because of the fat that I was saying earlier.
Quality.
The quality, yeah, and it runs right through.
I think-
super nice and sweet. I'm gonna make you guys a little smorgasbord. So I just put some non-dairy butter.
Wow.
I'm gonna get a nice thin slice.
This is really delicious.
I will.
I'm so glad
you
you
just
like it.
continue.
I
I'll
taste
just
all the
finish.
yeah,
flavors.
you guys are fine. So you just want to top it, and then I'm gonna put a little.
See them at
remoulade on
weddings.
top.
When the waiter will walk around with little
Yes,
desserts like this and
exactly.
Herbs.
And
garnish it with that
little
little
garnish with
parsley.
some parsley.
Kendra, you know what you're
Very,
doing.
There
that
you
is
go.
very fancy.
There you go. Now, smorgasbord you do eat with, and part of it is like you eat with your eyes as well,
Yeah,
right?
I just
It's
ate
all senses. We heard the sizzling. Now we get to
Wow.
eat with our eyes, but
Beautiful.
you can actually eat it with a fork and a knife
Yeah,
as well. Yep.
Can I make mine?
Go,
Let me
please
see
do.
if I can make
Please,
mine.
please, please.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah. So a nice smear, and you actually want to coat the whole piece of bread with it. That acts as a flavoring, but it also acts as a barrier. So that way the juices from the meat don't, seep through and
Don't
make your
seep
bread
through.
too soggy. Then you're
Oh.
going to do your nice piece of your silver tip.
Is that too big? I'm just gonna take it.
Why not?
I'm just gonna.
You guys
go.
are hungry.
I'm gonna go for
Do it up. And then a little bit of your
Wow.
remoulade.
Do you want one? Can I make you one?
I would love for you to make me one.
Insane. In the membrane.
Insane in the
This is
membrane.
for you. Oh, let me just.
There you go. And then a little parsley. And you don't have to use a fork and a knife. You could just.
Okay. Almost. Almost. Wow. Even that looks fantastic.
go.
Oh, thank you. And Zippora is gonna make Kendra one.
And this is mine.
Love it, huh? Do you want another piece of meat on
No,
there?
it's I'm fine.
Okay. And we'll top it off with.
With a little parsley. See a little green? That's it.
One sandwich for every one of the crew.
Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to grab my fork and knife. Right.
This is a good lunch.
Prairie
Street
Co.
How about you
That's
scoot
the
over?
place to go.
He's a poet. Amazing.
Oh my gosh, that is really good. It's so elegant and it's so easy.
If you put this in a time lapse,
Yeah.
you'll just slowly see the meat getting smaller and
Yeah.
smaller, and Moses getting bigger and bigger.
All right, one more bite. That meat is amazing.
Amazing.
It literally melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
And there we have it. Our Sous Vide Au Poivre Silver Tip with Remoulade Dressing, done with Prairie Street Co.'s Beef Silver Tip. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
It was so much fun.
Yes, and you taught
Can
us
we cook
such
something else?
You've taught us such a simple, basic recipe. So easy and so good.
Good.
I'm excited to
Good.
tell my friends to come over. I'm excited. Did you buy the Anova? Did you order it yet?
It's in the checkout cart already.
Thank you so much. We will see you next week, next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
this,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to our channel now and set your notifications so you don't miss our latest recipes and chef-led tutorials. Then head over to prairiestreet.co to shop for your next big meal.